And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand. It's that time of the year already. Yes, the 14th of August, the day that all of you have got marked in your diaries. Of course, it's Pakistan, Independence Day. Yeah. As always, on this day, there's always something to talk about. And this year we turn to Birmingham, where the city council is under fire for what many are calling a glaring double standard. On one hand, the Library of Birmingham has been lit up in a green and white this week to mark the anniversary of Pakistan's Independence Day. So there's the library for all of you currently in Birmingham. But on the other hand, guys, the council has also announced plans today to remove British and St. George's flags from lampposts across the city that were put up by local residents in a patriotic display. The flag displays began in Woley Castle thanks to a group of residents determined to show pride in Britain's histories, freedoms and achievements. That display soon spread into Northfield area, and a GoFundMe page basically launched to help cover the costs, raising nearly £2,500 to pay for flags, poles and cable ties. And the group even invited donations for specific road requests, making it clear they wanted to bring the flags to more parts of the city. And that was fantastic to see. I loved seeing that patriotism. I absolutely love to see the Union Jack flying high. I also like to see the St. George's flag, or whether you're in Scotland, the St. Andrews or Wales, St. David's flag. I love to see it. I love to see the people, of course, fly their flags. But of course, in Britain, they don't really like it. A lot of people don't really like to see flags. Obviously, patriots, normal people do, but the far left get offended by a Union Jack and also get offended by the St. George's Cross. And of course, as always, the other people that live in our country find this also offensive, this flag in general. However, the Birmingham City Council essentially have said that they're removing these flags, despite it being for good stuff, and despite the reassurances at the time around Birmingham City Council, they confirmed that they will be removing the flags from the lampposts in a statement. By the way, have a look at it. Look at the flags, by the way. Look where they're positioned on those lampposts. Yeah, you see that? Essentially, the Birmingham City Council, in a statement, stated that they want to, the work is due to begin, and it's there to stop, to be there, apparently putting motorists and pedestrians at risk. People attaching unauthorized items could be putting the lives and those of motorists and pedestrians at risk. We will continue to do this every week, and we ask the staff that are allowed to carry out this work unhindered. We have removed around 200 advertising banners and flags since the start of the year. People attaching unauthorized items cannot happen. So the Birmingham City Council stated that this is a motorist problem. Just look at the picture again quickly. I mean, this just shows there's a lack of Union Jacks and St. George's flags flying around the country. They should be on every single building, in my personal opinion. But the Birmingham City Council believe that that's putting motorists at risk. Yeah. I don't see the risk there at all, personally. But at the same time, as I said, this comes as a glaring double standard, especially on Pakistan Day. We're going to get to Pakistan Day in a moment, but Lee Anderson caught onto this story and essentially has said this about it. He said, if this embezzles the running city, Birmingham City Council, think more about Pakistan than the UK, then they should all get on the next flight to Islamabad. Now, the thing about Independence Day, I know everybody absolutely loves to celebrate Independence Day. Of course, we don't have an Independence Day because we once ruled the entire world, or at least a quarter of the world, and the sun never set on the British Empire. But Pakistan, let me give you a brief history. Guess who Pakistan got independence from? Great Britain. Yes, on August 14th, I think 1947, they got independence from the UK. Now, individuals, I see it every single year, and it really gets on my tits, I've got to admit. Why are we getting our council buildings or buildings in cities in Britain and lighting them up in Pakistan colours and Pakistan flags? This isn't fucking Pakistan, this is Britain. And to be fair, this country is now, of course, celebrating their independence away from our British Empire. And we also see the streets like this every single year. On this day, on August 14th, mass amounts of parties. These individuals living in Britain, this is in London, by the way, this was from last year, in London, flying flags and having street parties. We've seen the outrage last year, of course, after they have after they shut down roads and there was a huge police presence there at the Pakistani independence parades within our capital city. It's a freaking disgrace. It's a genuine disgrace. Why are people celebrating Independence Days within our country? And also, more to the point, they're celebrating their independence from us within our cities. It makes no sense whatsoever, and it really grips my tits. I just can't get my head around it. If Pakistan's so great and you want to enjoy Pakistan, I'm sure it's amazing. I'm sure Islamabad is amazing. I haven't had the chance to go over to Islamabad, but the amount that you're celebrating on this day, that you're celebrating your independence, is amazing in our streets. You're celebrating the culture in Pakistan. It must be a fantastic place, and there must be a reason as to why. I'm sure the party's even better in Pakistan. You may as well go there for the real thing. Why are you celebrating it in the country? I just don't get it. I don't know why councils are appeasing to this. Celebrating independence of another country from our empire. Celebrating independence from our empire in our streets. It just wouldn't happen anywhere else in the world. It genuinely wouldn't. Look at that. Look at the state of it. And this is nothing bad necessarily about Pakistan as such, but I don't like to see it on the same day where they're removing British flags, Union Jacks and St. George's flags, and you see girls going to school where they can't, we saw that individual with a girl that can't be proud of where she's from wearing a Union Jack dress, can't be proud of her heritage, and you constantly demonise for celebrating sort of British culture and being proud to be British and being proud to be English. City buildings, city councils are doing this for another country's Independence Day. It's so backwards. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't even think St. George's Day gets that. I mean, I don't know Birmingham too well, and I'm not too sure about this library. But I guarantee you, on St. George's Day, this library doesn't get lit up in red and white. Or at least in terms of the cross. Why is this country doing this? Why is it constantly doing stupid things? And it's not the country, it's not the people that want this, but it's the people in these DEI positions, these infiltrating high positions that make decisions such as this to allow such a thing. Within Birmingham City Council to stick the flag on there. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely disgusting. It doesn't happen in any other country in the world apart from ours, where you've got a country and you've got thousands of people celebrating in the street independence from our country, from our empire. Fucking, I hate it. I really do hate it. It frustrates me. Oh, let's go into the live chat, see what people's reactions are. I'm sure I'm not going to be the only one here that's pretty pissed off with the way that Birmingham are going about things. I mean, Birmingham, I suppose, the demographic isn't in Birmingham. I say this all the time, to be fair. Aaron makes a very good point. If they want to go Pakistan, I don't get it. They love Pakistan, right? They love the Pakistan heritage. They love to celebrate the culture. They love to go on the streets. They make a massive party for it. Independence Day. They're celebrating Independence Day. That their country once was able to stand on its own 2 feet and become independent from the once great British Empire. But they moved back to the British Empire. So why are you celebrating? Why the ones that are living in Britain, why on earth are they celebrating this? Go back. You can't... I'm going to hurt my brain. I'm really going to hurt my brain. You're celebrating independence from the British Empire within Britain's streets. But you live now in Britain. Someone explained that to me. Maybe I need to be taught like a 5-year-old, but that makes zero sense to me whatsoever. It should not be a thing. You should be able to celebrate Pakistan Independence Day within Britain. It just makes no sense. It's like contradicted the thing entirely. So you went to Pakistan, you were born in Pakistan, lived there, you celebrate that when you're in the country. Fair enough, the guys that are in Pakistan, fair enough, go ham. Have the best night of your life. It's your Independence Day. The guys that don't live in Britain, they actually live in Pakistan. Yeah, enjoy your day. I have nothing wrong with you celebrating your Independence Day. Do what you want in your own country. Have a drink on me if you want to do that. But the ones that move to the UK and having street parties for Pakistan Independence Day within Britain. It makes no sense. Oh, idiots. I could keep going all night. Jesus me. It stresses me out. Are they going to put the English flags back up? No, because they're a driver hazard. So apparently, again, I'm going to show you the picture again. But apparently this is a hazard towards motorists. There's a problem. Fucking hell. I would say, right, I'm not even going to lie, I'm a driver myself. That is not a problem. That's not a driving hazard. But these bright lights at night time is probably more of a hazard. You know what it's like when you drive past really bright lights when you're driving in your car in the city? Sometimes it can be like thingy. That's actually, funnily enough, more of a hazard. That building at the library, these lights, are actually more of a hazard to drivers than that. Come on, we will drive. That ain't a hazard. That is not a driving hazard whatsoever. I'm sorry. I actually like to see that. Yeah. Karen says it's crazy that this is happening. Birmingham should not be captured by Pakistanis. Go back and celebrate. It makes complete sense. And this is not anti-Pakistan, by the way. This is other countries as well. I mean, if you're living in the I'm just saying it because it's Pakistan International Day today, by the way. And I know a lot of the Pakistanis go out there and celebrate it in the UK streets. But if you're a country that got independence from Great Britain, you now live in the country, you now live in the UK, some of these like third world countries, and now you live back in the UK, or you live in the UK, you immigrate to the UK, you should not be celebrating Independence Day of your country from our empire as you're reaping the rewards of living in Britain. It makes absolutely zero sense. And today Pakistan are the ones that I'm going to see these big street parties. It happens every year. Police being overloaded for these street shows. You know? All of these guys live and reside in the area. In fact, they've made this I think it's a Southall London. They've made that into a bit of a mini Pakistan. But the audacity to sit around there and flying their flags in the streets. I'm sure you can be proud. I just wouldn't do that. I'm sure most of us wouldn't do it anyway. But it just makes no sense. But again, I suppose, thinking isn't really their strongest point. Peter Gale says, go to America, there's flags everywhere. I absolutely love that. Yeah, you notice that pretty quickly and early on when you get to America, that they literally have flags on every single building, which is always beautiful. Can't be without us, but we can be without them. Very, very good point. Yeah. But more to the point on flags, again, if you don't, okay, look, if they want to make this about, this is a dangerous hazard, right, by the way, on the same day as Pakistani Independence Day, if they want to make this a driver hazard, this would probably mean that there's a lack of flags flying high in the city, especially Birmingham, because, my goodness me, people talk about London. I'd rather be in London than Birmingham. Sorry to the people that are from the Midlands, by the way, but Birmingham's a shit pit. Again, I don't want to offend anyone. I'm sure people of Birmingham, there's some good patriots up there in Birmingham, but my goodness me, the last time I went there, must have been 2013, shit pit. And that was back then. I dread to see what it looks like now. But that probably suggests the fact that they're making fundraisers to put up flags on lampposts around the city probably suggests there's a lack of flags around the area. That's why people were so empowered to say, we're going to donate to this cause so we can get more flags in and around the area. They're now removing them. Well, put flags up on every single building then. Put them in more safer spaces. If you want to say a lamppost that's nonsense, by the way. They probably just got some complaints from some of the locals in that area and said, actually, we need to take them down. How many accidents have there been on the roads? Oh, yeah, due to a flag. When have you ever heard of that? Pin 13 says, be Birmingham or Villa. Ooh. I quite like Aston Villa, to be fair. There we go. There it is again. Bodisa says, I'm from outside Birmingham and I have been putting flags up. Absolutely love that. And by the way, when I'm saying, I'm not begrudging, there's some lovely people from Birmingham. I've got friends from Birmingham. Great people. I'm not saying anything about the people there, by the way. I'm just saying in terms of the city. It was once a great city, the second city, beautiful city within the United Kingdom, but I'm just saying the demographic changes in Birmingham. It just doesn't feel like Birmingham anymore. Sheila Lauder donates £5. Thank you so much. Says, if they take down the St. George's and Union Jack flags, they need to take down the Pride, Pakistani and Palestine flags down. Excellent point. I mean, would that still be the case? Would they take down the Pakistani flags off the flagpoles? Would they take down the Pride flags off the flagpoles? The Birmingham City Council will actually warrant such a thing. Would they do that? I'd have a bet and say that they probably wouldn't. Just my guess. Just my guess. They probably wouldn't do that. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation. Don't ask me says, I'm from Wolves, completely different place to where I grew up, same as the rest of the UK. We have been failed. Yeah, no, by the way, when I'm just talking about the Midlands here, but everyone's got symptoms of huge issues. It's not just a Birmingham thing, it's a UK thing. But just because today's subject is about Birmingham, that's why we're putting the hammer in. I don't like to offend. Some people don't like to have their city offended and all these kinds of things, you know. I don't talk about Birmingham in a bad way, in a bad light in terms of the people, just important, and the architecture. I'm just saying that the sudden change over the last 20 years of Birmingham has created the problem that you have. And we all know what I'm talking about. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That's it for today's live. So do let me know your thoughts on Pakistani International Day. What you do for Pakistani Independence Day. Do let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on the outrage and the disgrace of the Birmingham City Council removing Union Jacks, that people raised good, hard-earned cash to set this thing up on a GoFundMe. It's a beautiful show of patriotism. Beautiful. And on the same day, they light up their local library in the Pakistani colours as Pakistan have their Independence Day from Britain, August 14th, 1947. Yeah, make it make sense. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next